Introducing Passport Bros, your ultimate travel companion. Download the app for free and embark on a journey where your adventures not only become unforgettable memories, but also opportunities to earn. With Passport Bros, your travel content is more than just photos and videos. It's your ticket to a fully monetizable network of like-minded adventurers. Imagine making money from your travel stories. Post videos, share your experiences, and let the world be a part of your journey. But that's not all. Connect with travelers from around the globe, join co-ed groups, and make lasting friendships, perhaps even with foreign women who share your passion for exploration. And here's the best part. Store your earnings securely in your Passport Bros wallet. No hassle, no worries. Just seamless transactions wherever your travels take you. Looking for the best local experiences? Passport Bros has got you covered. Get personalized recommendations for tour guides, rentals, and the hottest clubs in town. Did we mention the app is absolutely free to download? That's right. Your passport to a world of adventure is just a click away. And here's the cherry on top. With Passport Bros, you can make money while exploring new places. Turn your passion for travel into a source of income, right from your mobile device. So what are you waiting for? Download Passport Bros now, share your journey, connect with fellow explorers, and let the adventure begin.
Download now on the App Store and Google Play.
All right, and we are live. Welcome, family, to another show. It is your man BMT in the building, and the Passport Bro 2025 Crash Out continues. Recently, we had a video on World Star Hip Hop. I'm gonna show a little clip of this video. We're gonna get to the video in a moment, but this was the caption: Passport Bro from Chicago. That's pretty detailed. Cut in Thailand after financial transaction goes left. Now, this video has been kind of in our inner circle here in the expat community in Thailand for quite some time. I think this incident happened maybe 2 to 3 months ago. All right. I was probably one of the first people that actually saw this video. What was explained to me. And we're going to talk about the video a little bit more. We've got a few more things before we get to the actual video. But I'm going to give you guys more concrete details about exactly what happened, all right, with this situation. There's not no shade at the brother or the female in this situation, but we're going to definitely talk about it since it has went viral. Now, why this is deemed a Passport Bro, we all know World Star loves to be pretty liberal on Passport Bro content. All right, like I said, we're going to get to that deeper on in the show after we go through a few little topics. But we know World Star does a lot. All right, World Star does a lot, as you guys can see by the videos I got on the screen right here. World Star publishes about maybe at least 2 videos per week in concerns of the Passport Bros. All right, so we're going to talk about that in a moment. So let me go ahead and get to this chat. We are here, man. We are here. Hope all you guys are doing well today. We got 45 in the room. Guys, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button when you come in the room for your guy, all right? Shout out to the WT Garner. He's the first one in the room. Says, dear African bros, stop trying to get over on these females. Well, apparently he's from Chicago. WT Garner. All right? Not every dude is a passport bro just because they have a passport, especially if he's non-FBA. All right, WT Garner. We got my man Kevin Johnson in the room. The Global Pushes. Hey, is anybody home? What's up, BMT? Always inspiring. All right. Yeah, Ozzy, the video is crazy. We'll get to the video in a moment. All right. Yeah, there's been a lot of questions. Is that a Thai woman or a black woman? I actually have her Instagram. I'm not going to put her Instagram out there, but I will show a more of a clearer picture of her from her Instagram. All right. So I'll give you guys that information in a moment. All right. What up, Alexis? What's good? What's good? Nicholas says, thought bros were going to Thailand for submissive and feminine women they could not find in the West. Well, first off, I don't know if that brother considers himself to be a passport bro. He just might be traveling. Secondly, yeah, some guys are going for, genuine relationships for feminine women. So that's definitely true. Guys travel for different reasons, but that is definitely a big part of it. And for the most part, um, ladies of the night or of that lifestyle are pretty much dysfunctional in the same everywhere on the planet for the most part. All right. So you have to separate the two right there, then and there. You got the regular women, the women that work hard and, support their families. You got the women that kind of do their own thing in the, you know, the night world section. All right. Ladies of the night, so to say. You can read in between the lines. This is YouTube. All right. Shout out to my man CC says, here we go, BMT, the PR firm for the past. You said the PR firm for the Passport Bros. Hey, somebody got to do it. Somebody has to do it. All right, shout out to my man Sound Mind. Rule number 1, remove all knives from the area when you have these girls over. That video was wow. All right, Sound Mind, you actually have a point. It's just a habit of me personally. If I have a guest over, somebody I don't know that well, they kind of put my butcher knives up and everything like that. All right. Change for the better says she's not a lady boy. I know her personally. I don't think anybody called her personally. Yeah, she's pretty known in the community out here. She's cool, man, but I didn't know she'd get down like that. Hey, man, women will blow up on you. Shout out to my man Ronan, the traveler. Shout out to my man Ronan. What's good? What's good, Ronan? All right. Passport Blueprint is always in the building. Shout out to you, Passport Blueprint. Passport Bros' name has been tarnished. I would say it's been tarnished. I mean, of course, it's a lot of controversy behind the name, but there's a lot of controversy around all brands when you think about it. All right. H&M, not too long ago, I think it was less than maybe 3 years ago, did a racist marketing campaign. People still go to H&M. Okay. Coca-Cola, I know we all pretty young before Coca-Cola really established itself, but Coca-Cola was selling cocaine and sodas to children. Okay. So it's been all these companies. Nike had a whole documentary about them, about sweatshops back in the 80s when they were selling hella Jordans, and they found out whistleblower that Nike had got caught up, child labor. Apple, child labor with your iPhones, so it's all types of controversy. I think every popular brand you can kind of find some dirt on, man. All right. Let me catch this first super chat of the day. I appreciate that, man. Roy's Introspection and Travel, RIAT, with $20 super chat, man. I really appreciate that. Says they love scapegoating the Passport Bros, and it's a shame. They couldn't wait to smear us. The jealousy and hate for free traveling men is deep. Keep catching them flights and living that life. Shout out to my man Roy's Introspection and Travel. Introspection and Travel. Shout out to you. I think he's a veteran from that picture. Shout out to my brother right there, man. Shout out to all my veterans in the building. All right. Got my man Iman Perry in the room. Drew says, BMT, why haven't you rescued that brother from the VA that is stuck in PI? I have no idea what you're talking about, Drew. All right. Zed is in the building. Shout out to Zed. Says, no one is jealous of you. We see your life abroad. Nothing to be jealous of. Okay. No, we would be jealous now. We would be jealous. That's one of the pluses. I mean, there's some pluses. There's a lot of minuses to being a man. Trust me. Probably more minuses than there are pluses. In the reality, it's a very cold world, very harsh world for a man. But there are some pluses. And one of those pluses, in my opinion, is the ability to, love someone despite your previous relationships with women. I don't think personally that women over a certain age that's been through a few relationships can really genuinely love again for the most part. I know some women can maybe heal themselves up, but for the most part, man, I think that's what some of the judges coming over to. The fact that when we go overseas, we can find a woman that kind of love us for us. And generally, if we choose the right one, and for them, it's not necessarily going to happen. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, 90% of the time, the guys are looking for green cards or looking to position themselves higher on the economic ladder for getting with, a Western or older woman per se. So I think there is some jealousy there. Shout out to my man Italian Stallion, aka the Gangster Bankster in the building. All right. Levi had a big blow in Bangladesh. Okay, I have no idea what you're talking about, Stallion Italian, but I appreciate the comment, brother. All right, Ozzy in the building. Yeah, it was in Patia or John TM. Yeah, actually, that brother actually goes to my gym. I've run into him a few times. You know, cut brother. I didn't know where he was from. I never thought he was African though. I just assumed, you know, because you got brothers that's kind of just on their own, doing their own little thing. Like I said, that video was 3 months ago almost, family. I was probably one of the first ones that saw the video. It was sent to me, and I said, you know what? I'm not gonna put it out. You know, I don't really know the details. I know the details now, but I was like, I'm not gonna put that video out because I saw the video. Somebody sent it to me, and it's just funny that 3 months later, that video still ended up coming out. Worldstar got his hands on it, and of course, in order for the popularity, people to click the views, they threw that Passport Bros term on it. All right. All right, so real quick, before we get to the story, I got a few little things to talk about. Okay, we're gonna get to the story in a moment, fellas. We got 84 in the room. Guys, do me a favor, make sure you hit that like button. All right. I want to pull this up real quick. This is kind of non-travel related, but I just thought this was just a crazy ass story. Where is it at? You know what? I might have to. Here we go. This was a crazy story, man. This OnlyFans shit is just beyond me. All right. So, OnlyFans model charged with murder after man who paid her $11,000 died while filming a BDSM video. She basically wrapped him up in saran wrap. All right. The dude couldn't breathe and was basically could not breathe for over 8 minutes before she realized that he was dying or dead. All right. How she did not know was crazy to me, but she's going to be going to jail. These OnlyFans models are crashing out, family. They got news of them doing stupid shit weekly now. All right, and she's going to go to jail. Maybe it's involuntary manslaughter, but she's definitely going to go to jail for at least a decade. All right, if she didn't realize this guy was dying. So I just thought that was a crazy ass story right there in itself, man. Crazy story. All right. All right. Shout out to Always Say loves the show. Ozzy says, why is it being released now? I have no idea. I don't know how it got released so late. Single Scientist says, BMT, really the truth when it comes to creating a safe space for bros to start thinking outside of America. I support your movement, player. I'll be back in Thailand in 2 years. Okay, shout out. You must be moving. You must be retiring in Thailand, man. He said 2 years. Shout out to my man, Single Scientist. All right, we got the Italian Stallion, aka the Gangster Bankster. $2 super chat, man. I really appreciate that. Levi Jeans had a big blow up with Child Isbor. Italian Stallion, I still have no idea what you're talking about, but I appreciate the super chat, brother. I appreciate that. All right. So we got some news coming out of Colombia. All right, we got some news coming out of Colombia. Let me go ahead and pull this up real quick. Well, before I get to that, hold on. Before we get to that, where we at here? Somebody posted in the app, my man Keith Sweat is down there in Medellin, Colombia. Shout out to my man Keith Sweat, you know. He said ran to Keith Sweat in Medellin, Colombia at the Sky Club. He said he loves Colombia women and likes coming here because they don't know he's a celebrity. We kicked it all night, and he's a down-to-earth brother. Yeah, you can try to tell Keith Sweat pretty cool. But it's just funny to me that he was, you know, Keith Sweat music, you know. I know it's entertainment, but he was kind of begging. You know, back in the day, that's what it was. To see him down in Medellin, and he could be definitely deemed somewhat of a passport bro if you think about it. You know, he could, they could label him a passport bro as well. He's out there in Paquieres, so shout out to him. You got to know it's bad when the R&B singers are coming, overseas and partying with the passport. So this was posted in the Passport Bros app. So shout out to Keith Sweat. Keith Sweat got to watch that jury though, man. Watch that jury, Keith Sweat. I know you're an R&B pretty boy, but watch that jury out there in Medellin, bro. But shout out to Keith Sweat, man. Like I said, it's bad with R&B singers becoming passport bros. They pretty much gave up on it. So shout out to Keith Sweat. All right. You know what's funny, man? Because I've actually seen rappers in Medellin. I saw Scarface out there. I saw Pastor Troy out there. Who else I saw out there in Colombia? Of course, Kevin Gates. I didn't see Kevin Gates, but I know he was out there. So you got rappers that come in there. I think the younger rappers get it. They get more play from the women, like Sway Lee's of the what's that group Sway Lee in? Ray Streamer or something, whatever the name that shit is. The younger guys get a little bit more play. Most Colombian women, foreign women, don't really know who some of these guys are. I'm not saying they don't know who Keith Sweat is, but for the most part, like the younger guys get the celebrity thing going on in Colombia or overseas more so. So he can kind of just lay back. Michael Irvin was in Rio. People had hit me up, said Michael Irvin was in Rio for the carnival, and one of the most popular, I just say the popular clubs out there in Rio. So guys know, man. Celebs even know, all right? He says he think they don't know he's a celebrity. Nah, I don't know, man. Colombia got their own little singers and R&B singers to a certain degree, that soul music. But shout out to Keith Sweat, man. Shout out to Keith Sweat. I always liked his music. He's never got any, trouble, any type of controversy or anything like that. He wasn't known to be at no DD parties or nothing. So, somebody said, all right, but shout out to Keith Sweat, man. All right. So, moving on. This is still in Colombia. I got to point this out real quick, man. So, this is a story. Now, I don't know if you guys have been seeing this lately. There have been a lot of kidnap attempts in Colombia as of late. Now they went from drugging to kidnapping people. All right. I'm going to read this right here. It says, my brother is missing. I call 123. That's the emergency number down there in Medellin, Colombia. I wish I could, hold on. Let me see if I can move this a little bit to the side. Hold on. No, I cannot. Yeah, here we go. Move that to the side. All right. My brother is missing. I call 123 in the U.S. Embassy. I went to his last known location, but it appears his phone was stolen. His friend said he went home with a girl from a club. Okay. I'm praying she just drugged him and took his stuff. But how do you find people? Is there anything else I can be doing? Here's a picture of me and him yesterday before he went out last night. Okay. That's the PR. See if I can't really zoom up on that, but that's him and his sister basically. Update. Hey, everyone. Thank you for the outpour of support and suggestions. All right. This was posted in the Medellin expat group, by the way, on Facebook. He was drugged while out with his friend. Ironically, we caught it on video. All right. That's kind of strange. We have no idea what happened to him after 3 a.m., but at around 6 p.m., the police randomly dropped him off at my Airbnb. That is very strange, right? The police just randomly dropped him off. I had made a report, and I'm assuming that's how they knew where to bring him, because he's still very much out of it. So the guy's drugged. So from 3 a.m. in the morning to about 6 p.m., they didn't know where he was at. They couldn't get in contact with him. I'm monitoring his vitals. I'm a doctor. That's good. And I'll take him to the hospital tomorrow to be fully checked out. Thank you again to everyone who helped. So at least they found him. I'm pretty sure they robbed him and took all his valuables, probably tried to hack into his bank accounts. It's strange that the police just dropped them off and didn't do a report or anything like that. That's kind of weird. I suggest calling the police and embassy like I did. I went to the jails, the morgues, the hospitals. She did all that in less than 24 hours. All right. And apartments with his phone last ping. I was met with a lot of pushback and annoyance, probably because they felt he came for trouble and found it. I want you guys to see that right there. Probably because they felt he came for trouble and found it. Now, recently, guys, there have been kidnaps attempts on even the sisters out there in Medellin, Colombia, and Cartagena, Colombia. All right. So the thing about Colombia, which is unfortunate, is if something does happen, and let's just say you're a single guy, they would kind of push that on you, even if that was what you're trying to do. So for example, let's say if you took a woman out on a dinner date, you met her on Tinder or however you met her, and she drugs you, they're going to assume or try to make it seem that you was out there, basically mongering, doing the wrong thing. When in actuality, you were just trying to date normally. All right. That's kind of how they kind of can get away with not prosecuting or pursuing criminals out there in Colombia. And it's very unfortunate that they do a lot of victim blaming out there. All right. And assumptions. All right. Stereotypes. The security at my apartment said that the police dropped him off, but I'm wondering why the police didn't notify me. It just seems sketchy. A beautiful city, but the nightlife isn't worth it if this is the outcome. Everybody be safe. All right. One of the comments says, I'm hearing about this shit more and more in Colombia. Don't hear it happening much in the DR. Not saying it doesn't happen. I'm just saying I hear about it often in Colombia. Y'all can have Colombia sticking to the good old DR. I do believe DR is a little bit safer, family. I mean, I'll be lying to you if I just say I didn't feel safer in the DR. DR is all about more so about run-ups. All right. You could be at ATM at night or something, somebody pull up, you know, give them the money. You know, you gotta, it's not as sinister as some of the things they be doing with the drugging and the kidnappings and the hacking to your bank accounts. And you know, it's not as sinister as it is in Colombia. So guys, just be careful. It's still going on. Like I say, I've seen videos of women getting extorted out there in Colombia. Guys are still getting drugged. So just be careful. All right, just be careful. Let me read some of these comments. Shout out to my man at your wife's house all day. Says good morning, BMT chat app gang. First, it's anything negative abroad. It's a passport, bro. Facts. Now it's wig and weave warriors reporting back to the hyena squad stateside. Passport bro for life. Shout out to my man at your wife's house all day. Shout out to him, man. Always posting dope posts in the Passport Bros app. Kevin Johnson, he's also a member, says there was some passport sisters saying that they were almost kidnapped. Yeah. I might have the video. I might see if I can find a video. I've got another super chat here by my man Zeno with $10 super chat, man. I really appreciate that. Shout out to BMT. Why keep fighting for the Passport Bro moniker? Dominica is itching on it, and idiots are tarnishing it and doing interviews beyond being idiots on top of that. Like I said before earlier in the show, man, there are no popular brands without its controversy for the most part. There are no popular people without some form of controversy. It kind of is what it is. You know, none of us anticipated that it would be such a popular, phrase or terminology per se. We know what we represent, but like Bobby World said, a few like last week on the show with me and Andre, he was like, listen, most cats don't know that, you guys are, saying what the definition of a passport bros are. Most people are just seeing what they're seeing on World Star Hip Hop and all these other viral videos on TikTok. But it is what it is. We know what the definition is. I'm glad I don't do drink or smoke or any drugs. Listen, 1,000 sons, you don't have to. One of my friends, they put it in his orange juice. He met a chick on Instagram. All right. Good brother too, man. Real clean cut. Took a chick out to a nice restaurant, took her bowling, came back to her house. He had been talking to her back and forth for like a month or so. They came back, I think she fixed him some juice or some orange juice, and he was out. She took him for everything, got his bank accounts, took all his money, yada, yada, yada. He never even reported it, by the way. He was asked out for a minute. I think he had to go back to the States. All right. Desmond said the scoping in Colombia is still going strong. Yeah. She says, BMT, you left Colombia for safety reasons. Remember, I didn't have any incidents besides a little small incident in Centro. I was really ready to travel. Like, my intention was to keep traveling, though. I didn't leave Colombia specifically because of any bad things that happened. It's just my whole plan was to live in Colombia for a year, then live in Brazil for a year. Like, it was to kind of move around. All right. Shout out to my man Jay Clyde in the building. Shout out to my man Jay Clyde, always representing. All right. Shout out to my man Jay Clyde. All right, so famous, let's go ahead and get to the video. We've been at it for about 30 minutes. We're going to go ahead and pull this bad boy on up. All right. Hold on. Let me move this out the way. So this is the video. Like I said before, this video has been going around the little circles of Pattaya for about at least 3 months. I don't know how World Star Hip Hop got their hands on it. Maybe it got loose in one of those group chats or something like that. But this is the entire video right here. This is a hallway video camera. All right. She got that butcher knife. She trying to get him. She trying to get him good too. Slam the door on her ass. Now, for the brother, he did everything. It was an unfortunate situation, but he did everything the best he could do. He didn't hit her or anything like that. He didn't roughhouse her. He didn't slam her or anything like that, knocking her out. He just got rid of her weapon, threw her down the hallway, kicked her out the house, and slammed the door. All right. So he did the best thing that he possibly could do. Yeah, she's strong. Hey, man, these tactics be strong, bro. I seen one pick one of my homeboys up and just carry him like a football. You know, don't think these tactics say strong now. I'm gonna play the video again. I'm just gonna put this time on mute. Funny because you know, in most videos you hear people screaming and talking shit, and it wasn't none of that. She was trying to get him up out the game. All right. Now apparently, I don't know if this is true, but on the rumor mill, they apparently have gotten back together, supposedly. And people are asking, is she African woman? No, she looks mixed to me. I'm hearing that she's mixed. I'm thinking that she's Thai and African, or Thai and Ghana. Somebody said she was Thai and Ghanese or something like that. All right, but I do have a picture. Let me see if I can pull a picture up real quick. All right, let me see if I can find that picture. I'm not sure which hotel, family. Hold on. Yeah, I went back to Colombia. You said you and your homies were getting a scope, and it was a matter of time. That was the second time I was in Colombia when I was living in Colombia. That's the second time. The first time I was living in Colombia, I was just I just wanted to move to Brazil. All right. And Buddy is strong. He works at the gym I go to. So, you know, he got some strength on him, but she's strong too. She was trying to get him out the game, bro. Muay Thai kick, boom. Throws the weapon away. Smart move. Very smart move. All right, she went right back in. Now, on the caption, it said a dispute about money. From what I heard, this is a pretty reliable source. She actually owed him money. All right, a lot of people thought it was for the P for P, but in actuality, from what I heard from the original person that had the video, and the video, they got this footage from, I'm not going to put basically a lawyer. I'm not going to say a lawyer's name, but the reason you see a CCTV footage, it's not like no cell phone footage or something like that, is because the lawyer, that's what the lawyer was saying, that, hey, he loaned her some money, and I guess she didn't want to pay it back or something like that. You know, she probably thought she was paying the money back in services. All right. So flip that around. He was actually loaning her money. It wasn't the P4P that a lot of people assume. Okay. But let me see if I can show a picture of her real quick. Hold up. Yeah, unless she had two knives. Aaron says, yeah, that's right, BNT. You actually went to court. Yeah, you probably seen it too earlier, Aaron. Me and Aaron supposed to link up, man. I had just missed you, bro. Because I bet money that they met at the club. All right, let me see. Hold on. Let me see if I can see a picture. I'm not going to put an Instagram out there, but let me see if you guys can see more of a picture of her. Oh, I just had that picture up. Hold on. All right, so here's the picture of her right here. All right, so she looks kind of mixed. She's definitely mixed. She's just not fully Thai. I can tell she's got some Thai. She has to have some Thai in her, so she has to be a Thai citizen. All right, but she looks, from what I can tell, she looks African and Thai. Okay, so that is a picture of her. Not a bad looking young lady. Okay, she flipped out though. Yeah, she's blazing. She's basically blazing. She's blazing. Hey, I'm telling y'all, they got some exotic mixes out here, like you guys wouldn't believe. All right, the Blasians, the darker skinned Thais. Hey, they got some nice ones. Somebody said thigh tattoo. Red flag. Okay. She's half African. Yeah, definitely half African. 100%. All right. Somebody said we're back together, got back together. Hey man, hey, you're a better man than me. All right. Once weapons get pulled, the relationship is over for me. All right, it is over. I don't think I've ever had a woman even do no shit like that to me though. Ever in life. Nah. He like I said, he did the right thing. He just, he didn't manhandle her, he didn't scrub her. That's why I think it took so long. All right. He was trying to, it was hard because he's getting stabbed, basically, and he's trying to protect himself and not harm her. All right. So smart move on him. Some guys would have reacted much differently, because the knife is a weapon that can take you out the game with just one stab at the right place. Luckily, she don't know where to stab a person at. Leslie's going for his neck though. So, oh man, if he got back with that, bro, I don't know. Imagine going on vacation and having to go through this kind of bullshit. Okay, yeah, you're right. Somebody said she got some broad shoulders. She got regular shoulders, man. Come on, man. Somebody said she sent her to yeah. Like I say, he did the right thing, man. He played it smooth. Like I said, he just grabbed the weapon, threw it away. Okay. Let's play the video one more time. They have probably been arguing all night. But she got that thing. I don't know if I can make this bigger so you guys can see. Hold on. Let me see if I can make this bigger. Can I make this bigger? Hey, he pulled it out right there. This girl crazy as hell. She's strong, bro. She's strong. She ain't a lightweight. African and Thai? Yeah, she's strong. Somebody say, bro, I don't think he's really struggling. I think he's just trying not to hurt her. That's what he's doing. Because he could have, come on, man. Come on, bro. He could have watched her a long time ago. And most guys would have, to be honest with you. Look. And just walk off. Look, just walk off normally. Hey, man, these women crazy as hell, bro. Somebody said, are mixed ties considered like non-mixed ties? I'm pretty sure. They're Thai citizen, bro, more likely. I know she works, so if she's working, she's a Thai citizen, basically, because you can't really technically work if you're not. Somebody said, can't be Jay. How did Jay Rello get mentioned this? No, Esco 215, he did the right thing, bro. I don't know if he knew he was going to be on camera, you know what I'm saying? But he definitely did the right thing, reacting the way he reacted. He didn't hurt her, all right? He didn't manhandle her. He was just trying to get her out of his apartment and took it, threw her weapon down the hallway. That's the best he could possibly do, in my opinion. He handled it well. Besides the situation, he handled it pretty well. TL says, exactly. I've been in a tussle with a woman before, and you can't use your man strength or you might hurt her. Yeah, man, come on, dog. If that was the dude, he would have watched that dude. I think he did get stabbed a little bit, though. Somebody says, I thought it was Jay. Nah, that's not Jay Rello. Jay Rello ain't cut like that. But he pretty ripped, man. Like I say, he goes to the gym I go to, so he pretty ripped. Right? Right. Like CC said, he disarmed her and defended himself without harming her. Smart dude. Yeah, he did. He did the best. Like I say, I don't know if he knew he was on camera, but he definitely did the right thing. All right. I don't know. I'm not. I mean, he looks pretty young. You know, it's hard to tell, but he looks pretty young. Maybe I have no idea. Maybe 30s or something like that. All right. Marvin wishes off-topic question: BMT Thailand's cracking down on Airbnbs. Yes, they are. They just locked up some people for Airbnbs in Bangkok recently. All right. And when Thailand, you know, when they do their rules and laws, this is your best interest to abide by it because nobody wants to end up in the Bangkok jail for no bullshit. All right. As a matter of fact, I believe they just outlawed vapes. Let me see if I can find that. All right. I know people like to smoke the vapes and everything. I think they just outlawed that and say you get 5 years for a vape. Hold on. So don't take these little rules and laws and stuff lightly. I mean, you can already, you know, Thailand's pretty liberal. You can already smoke out here. But right now, even if it's for sale, don't buy the vapes, guys. They are getting people. They're talking about 5 years in prison. And you might see people walking around with vapes and everything, but don't do it. All right. Don't do it, guys. Trust me. Don't do the vape thing. I've been hearing recently that it's been harder for people to find vapes. They're on the street. All right. But if the police catch you, vaping, all right, they going to get you. Okay. 100%. Trust me. They're going to be looking for it. And, it might be, a nice little fine to avoid jail. And you want to avoid jail at all costs. It was a story that just came out of Hui Hen. Let me see if I can find that too. Hold on. Let me see if I can find a story that just came out of Hui Hen of a guy that got in an incident at a dispensary, and the police were called. And I don't know if he got smart with the police, but when the police arrived, they said he had stole a car. And they locked him up. And they basically tortured him, made him drink human urine, and he had to pay $7,000 US to get out. Okay. So when it comes to these little bitty rules like this, that's not necessarily a big deal. It wouldn't be a big deal in the States. Keep in mind you're in Southeast Asia. Okay. And Southeast Asia is going to be Southeast Asia. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be Southeast Asia. Right? So just keep that in mind. I'm trying to see if I can find that. It was a British man out there in Hui Hen that got like that. And it's even worse in Cambodia. All right. So basically, if the police try to, talk to you, do what you got to do to avoid any type of jail situation. Okay. For the most part, the police are cool. I'm looking for this article, man. Hold on, let's see if I can find this photo real quick, family. And I'll pull it up. Where's this article? I know I just saw it not too long ago. Give me a second, family. Let me see if I can pull this article up. Where is it? You know what? I might not. Was that day? Okay, that's the OnlyFans model that got tortured. Okay, yeah, I can't find the article. Matter of fact, let me see if I can Google it. Hold on, family. So how can they legalize pot but ban vaping? You know what? They really trying to make pot illegal again. They have a conservative side of the government here that's against marijuana. Let me see if I can find that article. Hold on. British man. Weekend. Give me 1 second, fam. Let me see if I can find this article. I can pull this article up. All right. Okay, let me put this article up for the fam. Share my screen. Here we go. Let me move this out the way. All right. British tourist Thai jail ordeal, forced to drink urine for survival. All right. 22-year-old traveler from basically Britain endured a harrowing ordeal after being incarcerated and mistreated in a Thai jail, set against a backdrop of 2-month solo adventure in Thailand. Green's nightmare began on January 24th in Hue Hin. All right. Green's horrifying account unveils a narrative of being drugged, beaten, and starved while shackled in a squad police cell. He alleged that he was forced to consume his own urine from the cell floor due to dehydration and lack of clean water. He has sustained serious injuries, including a fractured ribs and a broken wrist. He was targeted and possibly spiked with hallucination-inducing drug called DMT. He said they flooded the cell, and I had no option but to drink the filthy water. I was handcuffed and left to deteriorate without food or care. All right. He managed to buy his release for an eye-watering payment of $7,000 US dollars. Well, not US, but 7,000. I guess that's British pounds. Green's arrest spiraled into chaos following a dispute at a cannabis dispensary. All right. Though he recalls arguing with his dispensary owner, the precise details of the arrest remain blurred, despite being cleared of taking illegal substances. All right, so they basically said that he stole a car. He said, I did steal a car. I was incapacitated and unaware of what was happening. So I guess he was drunk. All right, went into a dispensary, had an altercation, and ended up being jailed. All right. So just keep that in mind, family. All right. Just got to watch for the hook out here. Be careful. Marvin wishes, damn, I work remotely and Airbnbs are my preferred go-to-go. No, you can still, no. When he says Airbnbs are illegal, you can stay in Airbnbs. Okay, you can stay in Airbnb. They're talking about the owners of the Airbnbs that are renting daily. You're not supposed to rent daily out here. You can only rent monthly. Okay, so not you, not the guys who rent Airbnbs. That's not on you. That's on them. That's actually on the owners or the managers of the apartment. So you'll be fine. You can definitely book your Airbnbs out here. Some of these Thai women exercise doing Thai boxing and massaging therapists. They're strong. Yeah. They strong out here, bro. Like I said, I seen one of them pick one of my guys up, just picked him up like a little football, ran him right into the bar, slammed him on the table, slammed him on the chair, and I was trying to pull her off of him. I couldn't even pull her off of him. I'm 200-something pounds, man, 220-pound man that work out. I can't even pull the chick off of him. But my man was like, "Oh, it turns me on." I'm like, "You good, bro? You good?" I mean, because I don't want nobody picking me up and carrying me across the street. He's like, "Nah, it's turning me on." I was like, "Oh, it's turning you on? Okay. All right, do your thing, man. Enjoy." If that was a lady boy, he would have been in serious trouble. All right. I'm gonna drop a link, man. Let me see if I want one of my guys to pull up, but I'm gonna drop a link, see if anybody want to pull up real quick and chop it up for a moment, man. We in here. No, it wasn't like, why y'all say this lady boy? That wasn't no lady boy. That was clearly a female, a mixed female. Nothing lady boy about it. Yeah, I mean, she's not bad looking. I mean, she's straight. Like a typical mixed chick. Actually, you know what? Like, I actually have another picture. Let me see if I can find another picture of it. I mean, she's out there. People know her Instagram and everything. So let me see if I can find another picture of it. Yeah, this might be a better picture of it. Hold on. Let me see if I can find another picture of her, fam. I think she looked like just like a light skinned sister in this video. All right, this right here. All right, here we go. I thought I had it. Hold on, let me see. So that's her right there. All right. All right. Look, yeah, looks 100% mixed for sure. She's definitely mixed. Definitely a little blend. All right. I don't know who keeps saying that she's a lady boy. Oh, they're saying that the guy that picked the was a lady boy that picked him up. Nah, there are no like the comment said, there are no lady boys on Soy 6. All right. Have I seen her in person? No, I haven't seen her in person, fam. You know, she might have a spunky personality or something. You know, it might be cool. Probably speak perfect English. People don't seem to understand body strength is not the same as strength for weightlifting. Yeah, you're correct about that. You're definitely correct about that. That's very true. I don't know if you saw that video that went viral of the rock climber that was lifting the same amount of weight as the bodybuilder. Right, the rock climber was probably at least 65, 70 pounds lighter than the bodybuilders. The rock climber was lifting the same exact weight with no issues as the bodybuilder. So you're absolutely right. You know the rock climbers are used to kind of pulling themselves up. BMC got the whole story incorrect. Everyone he doesn't know. I got a story directly from the lawyer, so I don't know how that would be incorrect, sir. All right. You just in a rumor mill. That dude's clearly in top shape. He wasn't hurting her. He wasn't using the explosive man strength because he didn't want to hurt her. Somebody said, I got a story from the girl. Well, oh, okay. And you believe her, right? Who's this?
Yo, BNT, what's good?
What's good, man? Who's this? The
I
throws me off, bro.
I had questions in the chat about the Airbnb situation, man. I thought I'd just hop on real quick and kind of pick the brain. Because like I said, man, I work remotely. And this is hypothetical, all right? This is just in case somebody's watching, but me and my brother, we have plans to be out there pretty soon. And we're gonna be out in Thailand for like a month and like a week. So so we're gonna go to, obviously Bangkok and Pattaya. We already got like the Pattaya situation. We already got that kind of figured out because I got a friend out there who has got a real estate lady, so already got that figured out. The only thing is just like the Bangkok situation, right? And with the whole Airbnb thing being an issue. And the thing like, okay, I could get a hotel, but again, like I'm working remotely, so I like use Airbnb because hey, I can know what I can ask questions like, hey man, what's the internet speed? What's the setup? Just so I'm good. With a hotel, you can't necessarily do that. And I don't know too many hotels, and more so Bangkok is the issue that like has like high speed internet and like an Ethernet connection, inside unless BMT, because I don't. But
talking about the internet connection.
Yeah.
Well, it's 5G out here.
No, but I like to like have a spot that has like a good solid internet connection. Like I have access to like the actual router, so I can get like an Ethernet connection, not so much a wireless connection.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
If you get an Airbnb, they should have their own independent router. I mean,
yeah,
that's the hotels that you can't hook the router up to.
yeah, exactly. And that's why I like to go with the Airbnb
Mhm.
situation. Uh, and like I said, and like the thing is, okay, so I'm cool in Bataan, like I said, but like in Bangkok, it's gonna be kind of like a transition type of thing. So like, hey, like we're gonna do like a week out there, so it's not the full month. You know what I mean? And then like obviously, like me and brother, we're gonna do like the last week in Bangkok as well. So it's yeah, like I said, it's not the entire like month, right? It's like
Mhm.
it's like the day to day type of thing, right? Um so I was trying to see, hey, what you heard, bro? Like, am somebody gonna come knocking on my door? Like, what's up, man?
You know, as far as staying in the Airbnb,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
nah, you'll be fine, man. I just got it. I just had an Airbnb in Bangkok this weekend.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, so no, that's they're arresting people that are renting daily. You're not supposed to rent daily. You can only rent monthly and up. So 30 days and up. So that's what they're arresting people that's renting on the daily thing. But you staying there, that's not, you're not gonna have any issues. You'll be
All
fine.
right, all right.
And Bangkok, you're gonna have a great time in Bangkok. You on the Passport Bros app? I'm doing a lot of recommendations on Bangkok in the Passport Bros app.
No, man, I'm not on the app. I'm not on the app.
Yeah, download the app, man. Like I say, it's a lot of guys recommendations and rooftops, places to stay. The cool thing about Bangkok is Bangkok got a whole bunch of night markets. The night markets are like pretty much like food parks, entertainment, and you'll catch the girls from different countries. 'Cause, Bangkok is a big international city, so you have some girls from Greece, some women from Ethiopia, Europe, Kenya, and all that shit at these little food parks, things like that. So it's pretty dope. Bangkok is dope. Bangkok is dope. You know,
Yeah,
but
but
but if you are like have like respiratory problems or something like that, I suggest maybe wearing a mask for maybe the first day or something because the air pollution is pretty heavy out there. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty bad actually. It's probably one of the worst in the world. I know when I go to Bangkok, usually my eyes burn for the first couple hours. You know what I mean? So just keep that in mind.
yeah. Hey, but but being Devin appreciate the content, man. Like I said, been watching for a minute, and I don't know if you can tell this with my little avatar what that is, man. But you mentioned the spot. You try to keep
Mhm.
on the low, and me and my brother we went there to such spot, and yeah, bro, it was
Hold on, what
yeah,
spot? What
it was
spot? You said
lit.
I missed the spot. I want to keep on the low.
Yeah, yeah, you mentioned yeah a spot that start with a C. You try to keep on the low over there, man.
Mhm.
Yeah,
In,
yeah,
in
yeah.
in in Thailand.
No, no, no. It's a country over there, right by Thailand, man. It start with a C. You try to keep on the low. And her brother had to go
Yeah,
check it out, and yeah,
yeah. It was nice. Yeah, it's
it's a
nice.
nice little spot right there. So,
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
hey,
Like
but
like,
hey,
like, like
hey, but,
like I say, I'll be putting all the
hey, man, don't
recommendations
nobody
in
need to
the app.
go over there. Don't nobody need to go over there. We need to keep down
Yeah.
the low.
Look, they all put it in the chat. They all put it in the chat. But yeah, it's a dope little spot. It's a dope little
Yeah,
spot.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So,
That's the biggest thing about the community. That's the most helpful information. You would think it would be on the Facebook group, and some guys do post in the Facebook group. You got a lot of posts to play, but it's like the same shit. Parker Years, Community 13. But the guys that are actually traveling the world, you know what I'm saying, and actually recommending different places in these countries that's kind of most off the beaten path. So where you're gonna have your most fun. Like even San Domingo. Guys asking me, where to go. Because people be like, San Domingo boring. Like, it's not boring. You just don't know where to go. You know what I mean? Like, you got to kind of know because it's not like Sasua where you just go to Sasua and just everything's just right there, right on top of it. You know what I mean? But, San Domingo, you got to actually know spots to hit up. So you got the sky bars and the little restaurants and the spots with the pool, the mixers and stuff like that. So it's all about where you go. It's funny, man, because I've actually known guys to go to Rio de Janeiro and say it was all right or I didn't have a good time. Well, what'd you do? I went to the beach and I went to Maps. I'm like, that's it? She's like, what did you expect to have fun if that's the only places you went? All right.
Exactly. But
We're not trying to gatekeep a country, bro. Ain't nobody trying to gatekeep a country. He gave it. Look at the chat. It's in the chat.
hey man, y'all just stop in the chat, bro. But no, bro. Like I said, me and my brother, we went last year because we went to Japan. We went to the country that will not be named, and then we went to Thailand for like the last like week or so. We was out in Asia, and in the country that won't be named, me and my brother ended up running into he wasn't a local, but like he's a guy. Yeah.
Hold on real quick, man. I want to address something real shit. Look, we got a dude in the chat that's in his, but he must be messing with the girl. He mad that I put the girl picture up, even though everybody know who the girl is. All right, that dude going to jail. He left the country on March 6th, and she pressed charges against him. You might be next because you think you exposed her, but you not. I didn't expose anything. The video's out there. Her Instagram is already out there. All right. So if that's your girl, bro, it is what it is. If you and your feelings about your girl being on video, it is what it is. Okay. Dudes being their feelings about these girls out here, bro. They being their little feelings. But if you want to pull up, brother, you can pull up, but you got to show your face. How about that? All right. You got to show your face. But yeah, we can get back to it though.
But yeah, but like saying BT, like we went to the spot, man, and like the first night we landed, right? It was like super late. And we was in like the little Chinatown area out there. We were staying for like the first night. We kind of moved around here and there. And like me and my brother, we just went out, just walked around a little bit, just cause like, I wasn't really tired. I was like, hey man, let's walk around before we go to sleep or whatever. And we did like walk into a little like bridge they had over there. Then we did walk on the block around the block a little bit. And then and like eventually like this fella pulled with his fruit stand, whatever. And I'm like, hey man, we get some fruit, whatever. And I'm gonna start trying to talk to him, but even though in this country I'm talking about, like, it's a good amount of people that know English there. This guy, he didn't really know English like that. So this Arab dude from the AUE, whatever, walks up, and like him and his brother, they do like business out there, whatever. And like he starts translating between like me and the guy I'm trying to like buy the fruit from, whatever. And then me and my brother ended up talking to this guy for like an hour, like 2 hours. And we about to leave, and this guy like, no, man, like, hey, let me like show you around. We just hanging out with this dude the whole entire time that we were there. He's like a personal guy. We just bumped into him randomly, bro. And no joke. BNT at one point, man, we was like, hey man, what's up with this dude? Because like he had noticed at some point, like, wait a minute, hey, this dude hadn't changed his shirt in like 2 days. When we found out later that like the reason why he didn't really change up the fit or whatnot, just because like things kind of slow with his business at the time. Like he explained it to me like later on. And I'm like, all right, cool, man. So we brought my guy off some bread, when we was ready to leave, because hey man, the dude shows a hell of a good time, man. But yeah, but that's a nice little spot right there, man.
Yeah, it's cool, man. A lot of people be slipping on it too. It's crazy to me because they got the darkest skinned hue of women.
Yeah,
nice,
yeah.
You'll be surprised. You would be surprised. You'll be surprised what they got going on out there in Southeast Asia. Some of these Southeast Asian countries. All right. But hey, man, I appreciate you coming on, bro. You can hit me up are you in the group? You can hit me up in the group, or you can hit me up on the email, blackmentravels@gmail.com.
All right. I mean, hope I see you out there, bro. In Thailand.
Bet. Peace.
All
right. So I was waiting on the guy to pull up. Apparently he's a little triggered. All right. By his quote unquote girl. So not willing to pull up, bro, then it is what it is. All right. See some of these more comment section. Here we go. Yeah, I still do consultations. Somebody asked me if I should do consultations. Yeah, we still do consultations. Most of the consultations are on guys actually moving. Sometimes I have consultations on, guys who want to have a good time, know where to go, stuff like that. Might want to see some business opportunities and stuff. But for the most part, guys are relocating. It's funny because me and Travelversity was hooping yesterday, and we were talking about how we end up getting cool with some of the guys that we did our consultations with, right? So consultations, they pretty good, man. They're important. All right, Big Mike says, salute BMT. I'm thinking about traveling with my family in Thailand, bringing my Chilean wife and our kid. Is it family friendly in Thailand? Thinking about bringing my Chilean wife and our kid. Yeah, bro. Yeah, hell yeah, it's family friendly in Thailand. Listen, the whole Asia and Europe pretty much vacations in Thailand. Everybody had their families. It buzzed me out when I see the kids on Soy 6 and Walker Street and shit. You know what I'm saying? To a certain degree, Walker Street might not be so bad, but yeah, families. I would suggest, plenty of things to do, man. James Bond Island, the Elephant Park, Tiger Park. You can go to Pattaya, you can go to Bangkok, wherever. Yeah, Thailand's definitely family friendly. Definitely friendly. Yeah, I dropped a link for him. He don't want to hit the link. What up, Don, the coach? All right. I'll drop a link one more time for you since you want to explain your story. You know what's funny? This happens all the time. I know I did a video out there in Rio. It was one of my biggest videos. And the girl dancing in the beginning of the video, she never contacted me to take the video down, right? And I don't think I ever took the video down. But it was some random guy was just like, hey, man, that's she don't really like, your video being up. I'm like, she's dancing on camera and she gave out her Instagram on camera, bro. What are you talking about? Well, yeah, man, but she really don't want to be out there like that. And the controversy with Austin and all this and all that. I'm like, bro, she ain't got you in your little feelings. So you want the video down so nobody can't see her? All right. What up, Gary? What's good? I mean, yeah. On that particular video, yeah, she wanted to be on video. She gave her Instagram out. She was just dancing, having a good time. She didn't do nothing wrong. It was at the beach. Hell, everybody was dancing. It was a beach concert. But yeah, guys have been in their feelings when they see their girls. Somebody say pushing bait. Yeah, I've seen that too. It be bugging me out. I just think that's some European shit, maybe. You know what I'm saying? It be bugging me out. Well, all right, guys, we've been at it for about an hour, man. It's been a good show. I was hoping Buddy was going to pull up, tell his side of the story, but he never pulled up. But it is what it is. All right. Guys, keep tapping them passports. Make sure to download the Passport Bros app. We out. Peace.